It's the Friday Sessions with Emma and Dom.
Hello there everybody, welcome to the Friday Sessions, a brand new music feature from Cornerstone whilst we're all at home. My name is Dom, I'm one of your hosts for this evening, and I'm joined by my colleague Emma, who is in that corner up there. Say hi, Emma.
Hi Dom. Hey, I heard it was your birthday this week.
It was indeed.
I have made a party hat out of a paper cup, which is the best I can do in lockdown. And I was hoping that if I can post it down the microphone, and then you can post me some.
It's not going to work like that, I'm afraid, for two main reasons. First of all, I don't think the technology is quite there just yet for that. And perhaps the biggest problem with that is that I have already eaten all the cake. So there's none left for you to have, I'm afraid.
You are terrible. Well, let's get on with the show then. We're all about music lovers because we are music lovers ourselves. And later on, we have, I think we both think, a star of the future for you, Kai. And she's doing 3 tracks for us, including a brand new one. That's very exciting. Can't wait. And then before that, we have Richard Strange of the Music Box doing a classic album. I'll tell you that it's Queen, but I won't tell you which one yet. You'll have to wait. But I don't know who we've got on first. Who have we got on first?
So performing first for us this evening, just a short little song to get us all in a musical mood on a Friday evening. We have a staple of Cornerstone's open mic nights, a man with a guitar by the name of Shannon. Also sometimes has a baby with him, but not on this occasion. Either way, he's appearing on your screen right about here, right about now. I think there's not much left to say except let's get on with some music. So here is Shannon with his song "Clasp My Hand."
Clasp my hand, love. Hold my fingers to your heart and say we're fine, love. Say we'll make a brand new start. And give me all of you, both your autumn and your spring. And let me lie with your summer, with your winter, have a thing. And take me in your arms and whisper to me all night through. In time the sun will rise. Let me drink in every hue with you, and take me in your arms and say it's all right now. And darling, hold my hand and say that it's all right now, my love. And this dreamer dreams of you, of you. And pass my hand, love. Hold my fingers to your heart and say we're fine, love. Say we'll make a brand new start. If I need adventure, I'll ride the storm behind your eyes. Let me explore for you. I've ride the storm each time you sigh, and take me in your arms and whisper to me all night through. In time the sun will rise. Let me drink until the day is through, and take me in your arms and say that it's all right now. And darling, hold my hand and say that it's all right now, my love. This dreamer dreams of you now, oh my love. This dreamer dreams of you. Oh.
And welcome back there, folks. Thank you very much, Robin, for kicking us off on the Friday sessions with that lovely piece of music there. As mentioned, Robin is one of our regulars at our open mic nights, and so if you're ever down at one of them, or if you have an opportunity to see him perform live in the Didcot area, you just might hear him play that one live for you as well. Emma, what are your thoughts?
I love that song. It's really kind of sultry. And I am a little bit fond of Robin because he's like our own little Cornerstone superstar because he lives very close. So it's almost like, I've got a music emergency, let's call Robin. But do you know that he's also a scientist, and he should have been doing Cafe Sci on Tuesday, but we're not there. So it's going to be postponed to autumn. It's nice to see him wearing lots of different hats. I can't wait to see Science Robin, having seen amazing musician Robin for so long. I would like to say thanks to those of you who are watching. You've given us some really nice comments so far. They're just the kind of thing we're looking for. We always aim to be a friendly and welcoming environment for new music. These tracks are written for either for the artist or by the artist. So it's really them putting their soul on the line. So we really appreciate you being encouraging for them, because it must be terrifying for them.
It certainly is for us. So I can't imagine how they're feeling.
Yeah, we don't normally, although we normally do host open mic, this is quite far from what we normally do. So it's fun. I've learned a lot recently.
I've learned a whole new skill set that I didn't know I had before, which is a lot of fun. But anyway, I think we've waffled quite enough there, Emma. I think it's time to move as swiftly on to our next segment of the feature today. So, about to introduce you to a man known as Richard Strange, who, if you're from Oxfordshire and you're into music, there is a pretty good chance that you're already familiar with him, because he seems to know everybody. Wouldn't you agree, Emma?
It really does, yeah.
Richard is a good friend of ours at Cornerstone. He runs a pop-up vinyl shop called the Music Box at Cornerstone. Yeah, he's a big music fan himself. So he's put together just a short little segment talking about one of Queen's classic albums, and we do encourage you to listen to it as well. So popping up on your screen right about there, right about now, you'll see the lovely Richard, and this is the first section of a classic album within the Friday sessions. We hope you enjoy it. Over to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dom and Emma, for the first episode of the Friday sessions. Most weekends you can find myself as Music Box record pop-up store down Cornerstone selling records. For that reason, the Cornerstone team have asked me to do a segment on here called Classic Album. But what classic album did we choose? If you have a classic album, do let us know. We may cover it in the future. I did put it out there to a few friends, and they suggested Fleetwood Mac, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and others. But let us know what your classic album is, and let's see if we cover it in the future. For now, we chose Queen. Queen because they were the fastest selling act to sell tickets down Cornerstone. not the real Queen, the Queen tribute act, of course. So that's why we've covered Queen. But which Queen album did we choose? A massive selection of albums they've released over the years, including Queen's greatest hits. Every track on there is a killer. All killer, including Killer Queen, no filler. But the studio album we chose was their fourth album, A Night at the Opera. Named after a Groucho Marx film, as was the next album, A Day at the Races, both Groucho Marx films. They played for Groucho Marx in 1977, 4 months before he died, as a thank you. If you look at the album cover, using the Queen logo, everyone knows that album cover. There we go. A Night at the Opera. Now, we don't have long, so let's cover this album straight away. Take the record out of the sleeve and pretend we're putting it on a record player. We can't actually play it due to copyright reasons, but you can. Put the record on, a cassette, 8-track, whatever you want to put on. Stream it if you have to, but listen to it as an album should be listened to, especially a classic album, from track 1 all the way through to the very end. What can I tell you about this album, A Night at the Opera? As I said, we don't have long, so we need to cover it quite quickly. We start on track 1. Track 1, Death on Two Legs, a tribute to their first manager, Norman Sheffield. Not a popular chap, as you can tell by the title. Track 2, Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon. A great rock track from Queen there. I like what I read about the fact they put a microphone in a bucket to get a great sound effect on that track. I'm in Love with My Car, written by Roger Taylor, track 3. He had the mickey taken out of him. They thought he wrote a track about his Alfa Romeo. It was actually about a roadie's love of his classic Triumph car. And they used that as a B-side to Bohemian Rhapsody as well, which caused a little bit of ill feeling years later because it shared the royalties with Bohemian Rhapsody as the B-side. We'll cover Bohemian Rhapsody in a moment. We could talk about that track alone, but let's talk about the album as a whole. You're My Best Friend, track 4, the follow-up track to Bohemian Rhapsody in the charts. And 39, track 5, it's called 39, a sci-fi skiffle track. Brian May wrote this after a weird dream about space travel. It's actually one of their live favourites, and George Michael performed this at the Freddie Mercury tribute after he died, after Freddie Mercury died, sorry. 39, great track there. Sweet Lady and Seaside Rendezvous is the last track on side 1. A really fun track that makes you think you're actually walking down the seaside promenade. I like a couple of little facts I read about that. The fact that the Roger Taylor and Freddie Mercury made the effects of some of the instruments like the clarinet and cymbals with their own vocals. And the sound of tap dancing was used with thimbles on the end of their fingers going across the mixing desk. A little fact for you there you may not know. Then you turn the record over to side 2. The Prophet Song, track 1, a track very much like Bohemian Rhapsody, with influences from opera and such like. Love of My Life, a beautiful track, track 2, covered by many artists over recent years. And Good Company, track 3, a ukulele-fueled George Formby style track, which Brian May wrote on a banjo ukulele. That's good fun. And of course, Bohemian Rhapsody, track 4 on side 2. Went to number 1 twice in the UK, a million seller twice, the biggest selling single ever, outside of charity singles like Band-Aid and Elton John's Candle in the Wind. As I said before, we could cover that in its own right, but we're not going to because we're out of time already. The last track on side 2 is God Save the Queen. You may remember Brian May performing that on Buckingham Palace for the Golden Jubilee. And they started every concert with that. They came on stage to God Save the Queen. What a superb album. Queen, A Night at the Opera. I recommend you listen to it from the beginning to the end. Now back to Dom and Emma in their studios. Thank you.
And thank you, Richard. That was a very interesting listen. I mean, I've been told it's common knowledge, but I, for one, didn't know about the trick with the microphone in the bucket to achieve a sound effect. And in a way, I suppose that kind of Foley work that bands used to have to do to get the effects they wanted on their music, the kind of art of that has been lost a little bit in modern music. You know, these days we have fabulous software packages that can do all that sort of stuff for us. But certainly when the likes of Queen were recording their seminal albums, they obviously had to get, you could say, a little bit more creative. Emma?
Now, the song that he didn't mention that I like very much on that album, Dom, is actually about
Death on
you.
Two Legs.
No, it's You're My Best Friend.
Oh, that's soppy and I hate it. Anyway, thank you, Richard. That was lovely. We have coming up next. Well, I say next, actually coming up last today, because we're approaching the end of the Friday sessions for today. We've got 10 minutes of music from a performer known as Kai, who's a very talented keyboard player. We've got 3 songs from her today. The first is a piece called Cold Dreams, and the third is a piece called Invisible, which is a staple of her open mic sets when she performs for us at Cornerstone. And sandwiched in between the two of those, as Emma mentioned earlier, we have a brand new Kai song to get out onto the airwaves for you. She is going to be appearing on your screen again, right about there, right about now. And I hope you enjoy the next 10 minutes. I think it's going to be a real nice chilled out start to your weekend. But yeah, this is Kai with Cold Dreams.
Feeling of your lips, I still remember I couldn't wait what the future brings. I couldn't wait what tomorrow brings. But now I wish I could turn back time. But now I wish I could turn back time. 'Cause now when I wake up, the other part of bed is cold, is cold, is cold. Means you've been gone for long. Yet I still remember the feeling of your lips. I still remember the warmth of your hugs. I still remember your fast beating heart. I remember you. I remember you. I once wondered what the life is gonna be like when I turn the age of 18 and I grow up. Now I'm 21 and I'm still wondering where the life is gonna take me and who I will become. I wonder who I will become. Will I see the world? Will I get to live my life the way I want? Will I get to live my life the way I want? I once wondered what the life is gonna be like when I turn the age of 18 and I grow up. Now I'm 21 and I'm still lost and confused, not knowing what to do or where I should go. I wonder who I will become. Will I see the world? Will I get to live my life the way I want? Will I get to live my life the way I want? I once wondered what a life is gonna be like when I turn the age of 18 and I grow up. Now I'm 21 and I'm still wondering where the life is gonna take me and who I will become. Now I'm 21 and I'm still lost and confused, not knowing what to do or where I should go. I wonder who I will become. Will I see the world? Will I get to live my life the way I want? Will I get to live my life the way I want? Who no one. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. Invisible, that's what I am. Invisible, that's who I am. They don't care who I am. They don't even know my name. In their eyes, I'm just no one. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them.
And welcome back, folks. Thank you, Kai. That was a lovely 10 minutes. I'm sure everybody watching will agree. Fantastic set of 3 songs there for us on this Friday evening. Yeah, if you did enjoy that performance by Kai there, and you want to hear more, or indeed if you want to hear more from Robin as well from earlier on, down in the description below us there are links to various social media pages and websites where you can find more of their music. See, we've had a few people in chat sort of expressing how much they enjoyed that. Including Kai herself. Hi, Kai. Thanks for joining us. We really enjoyed that. I hope you all did as well. Emma.
I really like that new song. It was just so, I don't know, even though I am a lot older than that, it really did touch me. But it does also make me think of my favourite time of day.
I mean, 1821 is about when I finish cooking dinner normally, so it's probably my favourite time of the day as well. I understand that.
Yeah, I mean, when you finish cooking dinner, let's face it, you eat it, and that is the enjoyable bit of cooking dinner.
It is. Not to belittle Kai's wonderful music, of course. That was a brilliant track.
It was indeed, and yeah, it made me sad to be a wee bit older, because I can't directly relate it to me, but I do remember feeling like that at that age. Just if you are sitting at home thinking, this should be me, I should be performing, I'd be great, all you need to do is get in touch with us. Ideally send us a clip of your music, but even if you've just got questions, you know, how do I do it, what file type is it, what on earth do you do, then you can contact us at cornerstoneopenmic at southoxen.gov.uk, and it is actually Dom and I that will answer it. None of this sort of, you know, mystery administrator. It's Dom and I.
That's really because we can't afford to outsource it, Emma. Let's be honest.
And because we have to use the few skills I have while you use all of your technical ones.
Indeed. But anyway, as Emma mentioned, if you do want to get involved, drop us an email at the email address listed to my left, your right. And on that same card, you'll also see information for all of Cornerstone's other social media accounts, so you can see what other fun stuff that we get up to on a regular basis. But that does bring us to the very end of the Friday sessions. So thank you all for watching today. My name is Dom. You've been listening to Robin Shannon. You've been listening to Kai, and you've listened to Richard Strange from the Music Box talk about Queen's A Night at the Opera, which we do encourage you to go and listen to, either on your streaming platform of choice, or if you have a physical copy of the record, go and pop it on. I think you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of that. But as mentioned, my name's been Dom. Emma's been tucked away up in that corner there, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time.
1, 2, 3. It's the Friday Sessions with Emma and Dom.